The question of
the point which I am trying to make is that the point that it is certainly a very serious matter with pilots who have been able to get some fake license flying in the aeroplanes today. That is a matter of serious concern. And I am not denying this aspect that this is a serious lapse of how these people have got such fake licenses. Now, Arnab, let us be practical. Now, since the DGCA has ordered an investigation, so naturally the things will come out. And therefore, the system which had been going on had developed some cracks somewhere. These cracks needs to be filled up.
Yeah, but how can a corrupt organization?
Go ahead, sir, if I may just put in a word.
How can a corrupt nepotistic organization give an opportunity?
The report which came today.
Yes, Mr. Sharma.
Today, the two pilots who were caught today were caught for submitting false result sheets to DGCA. The result sheet is of an exam which is conducted by DGCA. The CEO, the organization which conducts this exam, their office is exactly 3 kilometers away from the DGCA headquarters. And as Mr. Gohain was saying earlier, that there is supposed to be a procedure where the original mark sheet which the student has submitted needs to be cross-checked against the master result sheet. The question which arises here is that who is the person who authorized and cleared that license without checking the master sheet and seeing whether the person had actually cleared this exam or the paper that he has submitted is a forgery?
Absolutely, and we have no answers. We have no answers. We have no answers from the...
Arnab, let me please.
Mr. Gohain, I simply have one simple question today. No, it's a question of faith. No, it's a question of faith. The DGCA has lost the faith of the people of India. I'm just putting it simply. The DGCA and the DGCA officials who are sitting in judgment have lost the faith of the people of India. They cannot decide now what is to be done. It has this power of determining the way forward has to go away from them. It can't be done by an organization that is neck deep in corruption. Only because their own children are becoming pilots with private airlines. That organization has no capacity, has no ability, has no competence, and will have no credibility in conducting an internal inquiry.
Correct.
Do you agree with me or not on that, Mr. Khola?
Of course.
Mr. Khola, do you agree with me on that?
Correct.
I think you have brought out a very important point now, the capability of the DGCA to oversee the flying clubs. I think this is totally inadequate. The flight inspectors with the DGCA to check the general aviation and the flying clubs is very, very inadequate. It needs to be. You have your own, go and verify the records. You can check what is actually happening.
Sir, if I may just...
Mr. Sharma,
let me complete it further. At the moment, the system is that only the inspectors available in headquarters, they are doing it. It is not adequate because now the flying activity is increasing. The regional offices have to have the flight inspectors to go and check the flying club activities, and they will be able to detect any deficiency. Otherwise, this inadequacy in the capability of the DGCA at the moment might be not possible to detect.
Today you don't have enough staff at the directed training here in Delhi, and we are talking about people in the regional centers.
But I'm saying the director of training is only looks the paper.
The complete training is
who is doing the flying? Who is doing this logging of the flying? That is the fields. That's the flying clubs.
Well,
so the people have to be there in the flying clubs to see actually.
Can I make one more point?
Can I make one more point? And then only see that the correct figures.
Can I make one more point? Are there any DGCA officials? Are there any DGCA officials whose relatives have any involvement with flying schools? That's also a matter of investigation.
I'm sure there will be.
Because if, you know what, if you have documents you can name. I'm putting this question out tonight.
I'm asking them one question. When the FID's job, if for 2 years, FIDs, Flying Inspector Director, for 2 years, how one person was continuing there for 7 years of time? And how his 2 daughters got licenses from the DGCA? Can you have any answer for this?
Incredible. Absolutely.
How 7 years that person continue and he did the various checks for various airlines, his pilots? Who is responsible for this? Are you mean to say that, Mr. Goin, that you are not aware that this man is continuing for 7 years of time?
Absolutely incredible. I think the people of
Mr.
India.
Goin, do you know that in your own department there are
Goin.
touts right from the top to the bottom ground floor level?
I know that.
You know about that. Then what are you doing?
And
Then who has issued the licenses to them? Who has issued? Who has signed on the license? Which of your officer has signed on the license?
You know this.
Let him reply.
Yes, the investigation which has been ordered.
What investigation? The license has been issued to the pilot, has been signed by some people. Who are these people who signed this license? The person who failed 5 times and 6 times in the DGCA's examination, and someone approaches to him from the back door and he clears the exams. That Miss Call has failed 7 times in the exams. How she got the LTP license? Who has cleared her?
Incredible. Well, but
recently the director of flight safety's daughter,
unacceptable.
Director of flight safety's daughter, she was rejected by the flying club, who are more standard practices in America, and she comes here in 6 months she gets a license.
I think this message goes out to the civil aviation minister. There are 100,000 Indians whose lives are being put at stake every day.
And not only the
I think
license.
Mr. Vayala Ravi needs to. I hope Mr. Vayala Ravi, you are watching this tonight. And if you are watching this tonight, I think Mr. Vayala Ravi must first come to a very clear understanding. Can he entrust a potentially corrupt and nepotistic organization like the DGCA with conducting the investigation and the audit into something in which it is neck deep itself? I think that's the question tonight.
Yeah,
yes,
you know what
Mr.
happens
Bhargav,
normally
quickly.
is that the moment a scam emerges, you take immediate action. We have yet to hear from DGCA that the people responsible for issuing of licenses have been divested of their portfolios and moved out.
No, they
because
haven't.
otherwise, the records that you can manipulate and all those kind of things, this is the first thing when an inquiry takes place, that the people who are guilty have to be kept aside. And you can't have, we haven't heard. And this is why DGCA needs a very serious message to be sent out
and the
to
airlines
the traveling public that look, we are taking action, have faith in us, we will bring sanity into the system and ensure that only those people who are fully qualified are given licenses to fly.
And
6 pilots have got the fake license. That is what they say.
What you said is
But
absolutely
the
right.
persons
That
who
here
have
we are.
issued-
What we need to do is identify the bad eggs which are there at DGCA.
Identify. Who will identify
those
that?
action needs to be taken against them.
No, but
when we say that DGCA as an organization as such is not capable of this job, call it DGCA, call it DCGA, AGCD. Basically, the idea is that the organization needs to do the work right. The people who are there in the organization who have committed these acts, action needs to be taken against them.
Well, Mr. Sharma, let me say you have a lot of faith in the DGCA. I don't have as much faith in the DGCA.
Sir, I deal with them on a daily basis.
Where the person looking after air safety, his daughter becomes a pilot after clearing an exam from a local institute, mysteriously after failing an exam in the previous institute, and then is now flying.
I think we are confusing two issues here.
Mr. Sharma's defense is understandable. He's running an institute.
Issue now, I don't know of any trade. A actor's son becomes an actor. Engineer's son becomes an engineer, a doctor's son becomes a doctor.
Sir, but the engineer's son doesn't become an engineer when
a
he's not...
pilot's son becoming a pilot,
when he's not
or somebody
capable.
who's in aviation wanting his child to follow in his footsteps. What the issue here is that he should do it the right way and not fudge papers or enter through the back door.
Mr. Sharma, we are on the same side. I have no problem with the pilot's son becoming a pilot, or the DGCA's director safety's daughter becoming a pilot, provided it is done in the right way. And I understand your compulsions because, your flying school will also need a license being renewed every year by the same DGCA.
Yes.
So I understand your compulsions in being able to
having
totally take on the DGCA tonight. I understand that. I completely understand.
Ask one question, Mr. Arnav. That
It's not about my flying the flag for DGCA here. It is just a matter of, when you do something right, we have even in today's meeting or before, it's for every organization, forget the outer body which is going to come and audit you. It is for your own self to see how you want to conduct your business.
Mr. Sharma, can I ask you one question?
We are open. Even in the last meeting, I had suggested to DGCA that instead
I'm wrapping up. I'm wrapping up.
Yearly audit. Why not have a surprise check?
No. Here's one last point. Here's one last point.
Arnab, I want to say one word.
Yes, Mr. Reddy, finally.
Arnab?
Quickly, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but Arnab, DGCA is not equipped even to give an airworthy certificate. There was a flight in Chennai which boarded the passengers, then discovered that it had no airworthy certificate and it had expired, and they had to wait for 6 hours to get the airworthy certificate from Delhi
This is how they check.
without
Okay,
inspection, because the Chennai office of DGCA is ill-equipped. There are only 3 people. And how can they be inspecting and doing all this?
Can the accused party be the judge and the jailer? That's the question tonight. And lastly, as I wrap up the show, here is food for thought, and I would really request all our viewers to please put your points of view across, because by tomorrow afternoon I'll take all your feedback and pass it on to the Civil Aviation Minister. On a conservative estimate, between 100,000 and 150,000 Indians are flying every day. Every day, 100,000 to 150,000 Indians are flying every day in flights where the cockpit has a fake pilot. Think about it. Think about it. I'm out of time. Think about it. Tell us what you think, and we'll put your voice across to the Civil Aviation Minister. Thank you for watching the News Hour tonight. Extended session. See you tomorrow, same time. Good night. Goodbye.